10 Tampa Bay. This is a weather impact alert.
And on this Tuesday evening, the key message here is evacuate. If you're under evacuation orders, now is the time to do so. According to FDOT, they say that you should plan for bridges to close tomorrow afternoon. So again, the time is now if you do plan to leave.
There are three things you should know that what's going on around here. We'll share those with you later. But first, let's go to 10 Tampa Bay's Chris Hurst. He has been traveling I-4 all the way to Orlando. And Chris, you've seen a lot of evacuees.
A lot of evacuees, and really, Dave and Courtney, a lot of pets of evacuees. We're here at the DoubleTree in Orlando, across the street from Universal Studios, and man, there are a lot of cats and dogs, all shapes and sizes, here with their owners as they evacuate from areas in Tampa Bay that are going to get hammered by Milton. Now, if you think that the roadways are clogged up and that it's more dangerous for you to be out there right now than it is to hunker down where you live if you're in one of those evacuation zones, no, you still have time. And also, the roads were not clogged up like they were yesterday. One thing, though, to keep in mind is because of the executive order that allows people to drive on the left shoulder, people are doing that even if there's not a lot of congestion. It's a little dangerous. So just keep that in mind if you are going to be out there on the roads. But they were not clogged up with traffic. And so it is possible for you to get somewhere else out of the area if you haven't done so yet. We know that, though, it is difficult to find a hotel here in the Orlando area. Pretty much in all of Central Florida, folks are having to go north or south, Jacksonville, Miami area, in order to find safe shelter if they're trying to do a hotel. You may hear that and say, well, then what's the point of me leaving? You still have other options. Those emergency shelters are still there, and it looks like counties are adding more locations, knowing that more people are evacuating than they've seen in previous storms. So please get out. There are places for you to go. If you don't leave tonight, I think tomorrow morning is probably the soonest you'd be able to go before I'd be worried about the traffic keeping you where you're at. Reporting live in Orlando, Chris Hurst, 10 Tampa Bay.
All right, Chris, thank you. And yeah, you don't want to push it necessarily to tomorrow because things can happen. And we do know, again, FDOT says those bridges are going to start closing tomorrow afternoon. We also know that some roadways are closing tonight at 7, especially access to barrier islands. There are shelters that are open. Hillsborough County has opened 2 additional shelters. Pinellas County has also opened 2 additional shelters just this afternoon. So shelters are open, and you can figure out which ones have pet availability and special needs availability, as well as fuel. We do know that there is not a fuel shortage. There is fuel available, and there is a process right now to make sure that we're getting the gas to those gas stations to help you out.
All right, we know there's a lot to take in. The number one thing, if you don't do anything else, evacuate. Evacuate if you're in an evacuation zone. That's the most important thing. Can't replace your life, so keep that in mind as the evening goes on. Time is running out, so make sure you do it now. We are with you every step of the way. We promise you that. At 11 o'clock, we're going to have the very latest track of the storm. We're also on OTT. All the information you need is available to you. From all of us here at 10 Tampa Bay, have a good evening. We'll see you at 11 o'clock.